In Part 2 of Module 12 on Traditional and Visible Services, we'll discuss criminal justice. In the U.S., state and local, county and municipal, governments are the most important actors in the criminal justice policy area. While federal law enforcement agencies such as the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, and the Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA, are frequently headlined in the mass media, it is the case that most of the criminal justice activities take place at the state and local levels of government. State and local criminal justice systems consist of agencies and personnel who are responsible for enforcing criminal codes, state statutes, and local ordinances. These agencies and personnel include commissioned law enforcement officers, criminal and general jurisdiction courts, correctional facilities, for example, jails and prisons, and community-based corrections programs, prosecutors, crime victim advocates, and legal aid, including public defenders. While these many agencies and legal system professional groups can be found in any state, they have very different perspectives on criminal justice and inform criminal justice policy at the state and local levels of governance. The debate over criminal justice policy is often fueled by a profound disagreement about the causes of crime and what those causes imply for the appropriate countermeasures to be adopted. In general, policymakers hold three different views regarding the causes of crime: the origins and characteristics of the offenders, and the purposes of criminal law. These three views can be labeled as the sociogenic, the psychogenic, and the biogenic perspectives. The sociogenic school of thought focuses on the criminogenic, crime-causing aspects of the environment, and its advocates place primary responsibility for the occurrence of crime on society. Poverty, poor education, high unemployment, unstable homes, the absence of affection, and improper socialization into social norms are cited as the common cause of crime. The sociogenic approach typically reflects a liberal political ideology. The psychogenic school of thought reflects a psychological approach that considers the individual's propensity and inducement to violate social norms and commit a crime. That propensity is determined by the individual's ability to conceptualize right and wrong, manage impulses, take reasonable risks, and anticipate the future consequences of one's actions. Inducement refers to situational factors such as unguarded access and easy opportunity, which can act as incentives to crime. According to this view, the individual is responsible for his or her behavior because a choice is made whether to commit a crime. This view generally underlies conservative thought, and it explains why advocates of this understanding of criminal motivation favor severe penalties, such as capital punishment, thought to deter individuals from making the wrong choices. The third approach to crime is the biogenic or sociobiological explanation. This viewpoint is not highly common among criminologists. This school of thought relates criminal behavior to such fundamental biological phenomena as brain tumors, endocrine abnormalities, neurological dysfunctions from prenatal and postnatal experiences, and chromosomal abnormalities. Preventive crime policies would entail the development of appropriate screening and other diagnostic tests for persons suspected of such physical or mental disorders. Those who subscribe to the sociogenic school of thought are less likely to be supporters of punishment as the sole solution to crime than are those who adhere to either the psychogenic or biogenic school of thought. Proponents of the sociogenic explanation do not hold the individual as always primarily responsible for his or her criminal behavior and, because of this, do not see punishment as an effective deterrent to most types of criminal behavior. Instead, they tend to favor a civil libertarian approach which emphasizes the rights of individuals accused of crimes and advocates treatments and rehabilitation-focused programs for juvenile offenders and most adult offenders alike. The civil libertarian approach to criminal justice is an ideology emphasizing the rights of individuals accused of crimes and advocating treatment and rehabilitation programs. Those who view criminal behavior as a matter of individual choice, the psychogenic school, are likely to see swift and certain punishment as an effective deterrent because punishments constitute a tangible consequence as individuals calculate the amount of risk involved in committing a crime in relation to the potential consequence. Adherence to this perspective will support policies that take a law and order approach, where the emphasis is placed on protecting the public order by close monitoring of conduct and the imposition of stern punishments on those who commit offenses. Those who adhere to the biogenic school differ slightly from the psychogenic ideology in that they may or may not view punishment as a deterrent to crime, but they most likely feel that capital punishment is the appropriate punishment for individuals who cannot be cured of their criminal predispositions. The primary emphasis for the advocates of the biogenic perspective would be on those preventive policies that identify those persons who are biologically predisposed to commit crimes, measurable through reliable diagnostic tests of various kinds. In Part 3 of Module 12 on Traditional and Visible Services, we will discuss crime in America.